Today I have the pleasure of sitting down with a true artistic force. Someone who doesn't just create art, but completely redefines how we experience it. From painting luxury cars for celebrities to crafting bold, multi-dimensional pieces that challenge the boundaries of traditional art, Artlanta has built a career on fearless expression. His work is raw, energetic, and undeniably unique, blending chaos with precision, rebellion with beauty. But beyond the paint, beyond the splatters and the canvas, who is the man behind the art? That's what I'm here to find out. Artlanta, welcome to the Sarra Show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me here. It's a pleasure.
So nice to have you.
hmm
So who's the man behind the art?
Well, I mean, it's me, Artlanta. Yeah, I've been actually been at this for about almost 5 years now since COVID. I started because COVID happened and I was bored. It's like, yo, everybody's at the house, like nothing to do. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna start painting. So I started painting, and then all my friends were like, yo, you're really good at this. You should take it serious. And in that moment is when I was like a light bulb came in my head, like, dang, I should probably take this serious. Maybe I can make a lot of money from it. And I just started doing it, and then it blew up. It's crazy.
When you say I just started doing it, like what were you doing exactly?
So I started with just like painting portraits, like commissioned pieces of portraits for people. Like every single day, like I was on Instagram messaging 100 people every day. Like, yo, like let me paint a portrait of you, like, because I wanted to get my art out there. And that's how I started. Like I started to build that foundation, and now I have like over 3,000 collectors from just commission pieces.
You're mainly famous for the cars,
Yes.
right? How did that get started?
It was crazy because so I'm in my bed one day, and then I get a random phone call, and I'm like, yo, hello, who's this? And he's like, Danny. So I'm like, Danny who? It's like 6'9". I was like, oh shit. I was like, yo, how you get my number? So we had the same jeweler. So my jeweler gave him my number, and he was like, yo, Artlanta, I want you to paint all my cars. And honestly, I'd never painted a car before. So I was like, yo, honestly, bro, I'm gonna just throw paint on your car. Like, I'm gonna just throw paint. And he was like, all right, let's do it. So we met up, and then that's when I threw the paint on his car, and it just came out looking crazy. And then he posted it, like it just went viral, and everybody's blowing my phone up, like, yo, come paint my Lamborghini, come paint my Rolls Royce. And now like I have over $300 million worth of cars that I have my art on.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was the first car you actually painted?
The first car that I painted actually was my car, but it wasn't like the splatter edition that I did. But I painted one of my cars first, my first car ever, and then it was a Dodge Challenger, and then I painted my second car, my G-Wagon, and then that's when I painted 6ix9ine's cars. That's when I came out with the splatter. Yeah.
What did you mentioned that it all started during COVID, right? People were bored and you started painting. What did you do prior to that?
I was just doing music. Like I grew up doing music. I started doing music since I was 13. And that was like my main passion, my only passion. I still do music too, but the art really just took over my life, really.
So are you recording right now?
Yes, I am.
Do you have an album out or not yet?
Yeah, I actually do have 2 albums. I used to be in a music group called Wave Pop, and we have 2 albums out. And then now from my single music, I have 2 albums. So I have 4 albums total out.
Cool.
Yeah.
You live in Miami now?
Yes.
Or you're from Atlanta? Right?
Yes, exactly.
What made you move to Miami?
Because so like I left Atlanta and moved to LA first. So I dropped out of high school and I moved to LA because I didn't want to go to college. I was like, yo, I want to go chase my dreams. Like I knew I wasn't gonna go to school. So I went to LA to go chase like my dreams and do music. And I was living in LA for about 6 years. And then like LA just got burnt out. Like it was just like, it wasn't it anymore for me. So I came to Miami because I started doing art in LA. So when I moved to LA, I was there for like probably about 4 years. And then I started doing art there for 2 years. And then I came to Miami because Miami honestly is a better art scene out here. They have Art Basel, Art Week. Like LA doesn't have that. So I came out here to Miami just to take over the art scene and do Art Basel. And now this year is going to be my 4th Art Basel out here, and it's already like growing so fast. Like the first Art Basel I did out here, 15 people came. The last one I just did, 4,000 people came.
Wow.
So it's like I'm growing each year. It's getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, you did one in 2023, right? I think that's the first time where I saw you.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a pretty big one.
Yeah, it was a black tie.
Exactly.
Yeah, the black tie bit. Yeah, that one was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So when did you find out you're an artist? Is this something that you're born with? Is it something you discover?
Yeah, I always been an artist because even as a kid, like I always used to love to draw in the class, and all my teachers used to be like, "Yo, you can really draw like in class and stuff." So I just always been creative. Like I look at myself as just a creator. Like I'm a creative. I can create anything, not just art. Like I do everything: clothes, music, paint, sculptures, like architecture designs, like everything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a creator. That's really what I am, like deep down.
Everyone is a creator, right?
Yeah.
But not everyone taps into that.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
It's because people are distracted and they can't really focus on who they really are when you're distracted. You know what I'm saying? But once you like cut out all the distractions and really just have tunnel vision, look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, like, who am I? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is my purpose? What am I here to do? Because I believe we were all created to create. Like all of us are creators. You know what I'm saying? That's why we love to create businesses. We make brands. Like this podcast is art. Like you created this environment so we can have this podcast. Like all of this, all the cameras, the lights, like all of it is a creation. You know what I'm saying? So we're all here to create something and not destroy. So I feel like once you understand that, then you can tap into your inner genius and be a creator.
Beautifully put. When you say people are distracted, what do you mean by distractions?
It's so many distractions out there. It can be girls, it can be social media, it can be just watching TV all day. It can just be like working at a job that you don't really like just to make a couple dollars. Like that's all distractions. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why there's so many movies coming out. There's always new music coming out. There's always something coming out to distract you from doing what you got to do in this life. So yeah, distraction can be anything. It can be drugs, alcohol, like whatever it is. They're all distractions.
Can someone else's, when we talk about movies and music and all of that, that's someone else's creation.
Yeah.
So are we also distraction each other by our own creation?
Exactly. You could even be distracted by your own creation. That's true. And it's like it's really crazy thought process to think like how we're so distracted by it, because like mostly we're distracted by being on the phone so much, like on social media scrolling, but somebody created the phone and that was their creation, but not knowing they're going to distract people. So it's like, it's a full circle of things. It's crazy.
It's willpower too, right?
Yeah,
like
it is willpower.
It's for you to say yes or no to this particular distraction.
Exactly.
And manage your time and everything. When did you, because you mentioned you put the distractions away and you look at yourself in the mirror and you ask, who am I? You've done that for yourself?
Yes.
And what came through?
This was back in like when I started doing art, like when I first started, because I was broke as hell. Like I didn't have no money, no nothing. Like I was just sick and tired of just being broke. And I was like, nah, like I need to change my life. So I started cut out all the distract. I stopped smoking weed. I used to smoke weed all the time. I haven't smoked weed in 6 years. I stopped smoking weed. I had stopped drinking. I didn't have sex for 6 months. Like it was just like, it was crazy. I stopped all of that just to focus on really what I wanted to do. I cut out all the distractions out and I was like, yo, what is it that I really want to do? And then the thought came, was like, yo, I'm an artist. Before Artlanta, my name was just Lana. Like before I started doing art. And then like, when I looked in the mirror, I asked myself, I was like, what do I need to do? And in my head, it was like, art. You should go by Artlanta. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. So I just added art in front of my name because everybody called me Lana since I was a kid. They always called me just Lana. And I just added art in front of my name and I became Artlanta that day.
What's your real name?
My real name
is
Lana.
Lana, that's your real name.
Yeah.
So when you looked at yourself in the mirror and that came through,
Mm-hmm.
you were completely sober.
Yeah,
You
completely sober.
You cut out the distractions.
Yeah, completely sober because I feel like when you're sober, you have clear thoughts and like you can actually think. You know what I'm saying? Like when you smoke, you're so clouded and it's altered thoughts and it's like a fake reality that you live in.
Yeah.
And I feel like I escaped that and became so clear and clairvoyant in what I wanted to do. And I just became, stuff just came to me and I attracted like energy and thoughts and all these creations just came to me, like ideas just started coming to me freely. And it was crazy.
And did you maintain that?
Yeah.
So when you're doing any of the art, when you're
Mhm.
splashing cars or like that, you're completely sober.
Yeah. Completely sober.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that told me, that he's just splattering cars, he's just splashing cars. You
Mhm.
know, how do you call that art?
Yeah.
And then my answer was, well, what is art?
Exactly.
Art itself cannot be defined or structured like we
Mhm.
think of science or everything else. So you can, anything can be art, really.
Everything is art.
Everything is art.
Mhm.
Exactly. That's
Mhm.
that's a great way to put it.
So it's like, but I kind of love when people be like, oh, you're just throwing paint on cars. Yeah, I'm just throwing paint on cars.
So what?
Yeah, exactly. So what? What does that have to do with? So it's like, what? It's all the same thing. Like even if like musicians, they're just singing on a beat or rapping on a beat. Anybody can do that. You know what I'm saying? But are you doing it? No.
Mm,
It's not about what I'm doing. It's I'm doing it.
right.
So it's like it doesn't really matter what anybody says.
Right.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Oh, you're pretty young. How did you get so wise?
Just honestly, just learning trials and tribulations and just failure after failure and just learning from all of my failed attempts of trying to do things. That's how I became who I am. And I'm still growing and still learning, but just from all these years of just failure back to back, failing, and just learning all these trials and tribulations, I just became who I am today.
The energy I sense from you is very sweet
Mm-hmm.
and down to earth
Mm-hmm.
and loving and authentic also. Were you always like this?
Yeah, I've always been like this. Even in my lowest times, like I've always been like this. Just like that's just who I was since I was a kid. And then my mom raised me amazing. So like I feel like that had a lot to do with it.
Mm.
And yeah, I've just been like this my whole life.
Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, actually, I have 7 siblings.
And where are you in the 7?
I'm the third from youngest. So there's 5 older than me and 2 younger than me.
Okay. So you're
Yeah.
kind of like in the middle.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Okay, great.
Mhm.
How did you get into NFTs?
NFTs?
What's the story behind that?
Yeah, it's crazy because NFTs started popping off when I first started making art. So I created an NFT collection. I was just playing around with it because I didn't know nothing about NFTs. I was just messing around with it. I created my own NFT collection called Dumb Alien. It was actually like the #2 NFT in the whole world at one point in time, like for like a whole week. And like, it was crazy. I didn't even know what I was doing. I made the NFT. I created it on my iPad and then I uploaded it. I probably made like 600 of them. I uploaded them on the OpenSea. It's the website where you can buy NFTs.
Mm-hmm.
And then just put it on there. And then like people just started buying them. It was crazy. And then I got ranked #2 in the whole world. This was back in 2021. And then NFTs kind of came down a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I just left it alone from there.
Mm.
And then that's when I started doing like the cars and then art for the president and all these celebrities and stuff like that.
So tell me about that art for the president. I saw you on stage with
Mhm.
President Trump.
Yeah.
Tell me the story behind that.
Yeah, the story is like, if I tell you the story, you're not even believe me. It's crazy. So again, I'm chilling in my bed. Again, I get a random phone call. I'm like, hello, who's this? They're like, yo, this is the Secret Service.
No way.
Yes. I was like, it's like, no way. Hang up the phone. Boom. I get a call back again. They were like, hello, is this? They said my government name, everything. I was like, yo, okay. This might be the Secret Service. Like, yo, we have an opportunity for you. Donald Trump seen your painting on your Instagram and he wants you to bring it to Atlanta and he wants to sign it on stage for you. And it was
the painting you made of him.
it was a painting of the president that I made already. I just did it for fun, not thinking that he was gonna find it. I just did it, and then and it was crazy because they were like, "Yeah, you have to be in Atlanta in 2 days," and it was crazy because I was already going to Atlanta that day because I was gonna go surprise my mom with a new house and a new car. So I was gonna drive to Atlanta already. So I was like, I might as well bring the painting with me. So I brought the painting because I wasn't even gonna go because I didn't think it was real. I brought the painting with me. I drove to Atlanta, and then they were like, all right, meet up at this spot, at this auditorium, some huge auditorium in Atlanta, behind the building. So I pull up behind the building and I see like 30 Suburbans. I see like 100 black cars, 100 police cars. I'm like, yo, this is insane. This is the president. Like, this is real.
And it's just you by yourself?
Yes, it's just me by myself.
You're in the painting.
Yeah, me in the painting by myself. And then I pull up in the back parking lot. I get out the car, the Secret Service. So they're like, all right, come on, let's go through this back door. So they escort me through the back. And I walk in through the Secret Service. Like, it's insane back there. Like, walk me through, and then they walk me backstage where the president was at.
Did they search you and all?
Yeah, they searched my car, like they searched me and all that stuff, but I didn't have nothing on me, so I was good. But they, I walked backstage to go meet the president, and I walked back there, I'm like, oh shit, there goes Trump. So they're like, yo, Trump, Artlanta's here. It's like, yo, what's good? He's like, yeah, man. He pulls out a Sharpie out his pocket. He's like, I'm gonna go on stage, take the Sharpie, I'm gonna sign it for you on stage, I'm gonna call you up. I was like, what? So I go back to the crowd.
Is that the first thing he tells you? Like, did you chat for a little bit?
No, yeah, we were chatting. Yeah, we were chatting, just talking for a little bit. And she asked me where I was from and all this stuff. Just chatting. And then that's when he gave me the Sharpie. He was like, I'm about to go on stage. He gives me the Sharpie. I'm like, yo, is this real? Like, the president just like, I'm just cool with the president now. Like,
and this was still election time, right?
Yeah, this was right before he got elected. This was actually August.
This was August last year, 2024.
Yeah, this was August last year. On my sister's birthday, it happened.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
And you cool the whole time, or are you freaking out?
No, I wasn't even freaking out. I was just like, just excited. Like, yo, this is real. Like, I'm with the president. It felt like a dream though. It was like, yo, never in my life that I would think I would be with the president. Like, I grew up in the streets of Atlanta. Now I'm on stage with the president. Like, it's still mind blowing to me. It's crazy.
You told your mom?
Yeah, my mom. Yeah, she seen it. She seen it on TV. She was like, "Oh, my son!" Like, yo, she was so happy. Like, it was crazy. She was so happy. But yeah.
So okay, then continue. He
goes on stage. He calls me up. It's like, yo. So I walk up on stage, showing everybody the painting, and then I pull the marker out. He grabs it, signs it. Everybody's like, yeah, he signed it. And then, but he's trying to he wanted to keep the painting though. He was trying to run away with the painting. He was like, thank you very much. He ran away with the painting, but he gave back to me. I was like, yo, I'm gonna take this. And then now, like, I went to this auction at the Mar-a-Lago, Trump's house out here in Florida, and somebody offered me $1 million for it, but I turned it down.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money to turn down.
Yeah.
What's the idea behind that?
Like,
you want to sell it for more? You never want to sell it?
Yeah, I want to sell it. I mean, if you would have offered me $5-10 million, then I would have sold it. But I mean, $1 million is just like, okay, yeah, that's a lot of money, but like, I know I can get more. If somebody offered me 1, I know I can get 10.
Yeah.
And then I could always, if it never sells, I could always contact the people that wanted it for $1 million and be like, here, if I never sell it. So I can always it's like having real estate. You know what I'm saying? Art is real estate. So I'm just holding on. The value's going to keep appreciating over time.
For sure. And it's signed.
And it's signed by the president.
Yeah. And you're young. You don't need to sell it right now.
Exactly. Imagine 10 years from now, like
20 years from now.
Yeah, like that. It's going to be insane.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened? Then you drove back home and...
Yeah, no, I had to fly back home because I bought my mom's car out here and drove it to Atlanta. So I flew back. Yeah.
You surprised her with a car?
Yeah, I surprised her with a car and a new house on her birthday.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
She must have been super excited.
Yeah, she was so happy.
Does she live in it with your siblings?
She lives with my little sister in Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are all your 7 siblings from the same parents?
7 of us are, but my little sister is, she has a different dad.
If you've been feeling stuck mentally, emotionally, energetically, I created something just for you. Get Unstuck is a gentle guided workbook to help you come back to yourself. In just 10 steps, you'll clear your mind, soften into truth, and choose a new way forward. It's simple, powerful, and made with so much love. If this speaks to you, you'll find the link in the show notes. I'm still thinking about the whole Trump thing.
Yeah, yeah, that story is insane. It's crazy.
Did that make you more famous? Did it get you some?
Yeah.
Did it get you some hate from people? Who
I got hate. I got, because Trump posted me on his Instagram too. He posted me on his Instagram, on his TikTok, all over his social media. We did a collab post on Instagram. I gained over like 100,000 followers in one night.
Wow.
Yeah, and then like I got so much love, but I also got so much hate. Yeah. Like death threats in my email, like people like, yo, like just saying the most terrible. Now I have a whole community of haters that are just telling people I'm a horrible person and I'm scamming people and I'm a scam artist. And it's crazy, but honestly, it comes with success.
Yeah.
Hate, the more successful you are, the more haters you have. So I'm fine with that.
Did they calm down or is it still going?
No, they're still going. They're kind of still going a little hard. It's a little calm, but they're still going hard. But I don't mind. Like look at Trump. He has the most haters everywhere, but he's so successful. He's the president.
Right.
So it comes with greatness, and I have to accept that, and I'm fine with that.
So you also got more success. You got more famous from it.
I got more love, more success, but also got more hate. I got more of everything. So it's like more money, more everything, but I'm fine with it. It's okay.
What's the biggest thing that's happened to you since then?
The biggest thing that's happened?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's been so much. Like I did stuff with F1 Miami. Like I painted a car at F1. I did a collab with BMW. Like I had my own car with them with BMW. Fucking huge. And then selling out my Art Basel show, 4,000 people came to my show to come watch me paint.
This one who just, the 2024 one, right?
Yeah, 2024. Yeah, the all-white party. Yeah, it was insane. Yeah, stuff has just been great. Amazing.
What's the scariest thing that's happened since? I know you mentioned the death threats, or is that like, you take that seriously, or you're like, oh, these people, they're just kind of
they're just hiding behind a computer screen, just doing what they do, just miserable at life. That's really it. I'm not worried about that. But yeah, the scariest thing, that's probably, yeah, but it's not really that scary.
We don't want you living in fear.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I saw on Instagram that you post, by the way, is he following you now on Instagram? President Trump?
No, he only follows his family on Instagram.
No, okay.
Yeah.
I saw a post, a story you did on Instagram recently around helping people get grants.
Oh, yeah.
What is that about?
It's more of like funding than a grant. So it's like, right now, I partnered with my friend, my close friend. He has, he created this community called the $1 Billion Circle. And it's an online community where there's probably over 3,000 people in there right now. And the people inside the community, he's helping them get funded. So like, if you don't have no money and your credit's bad and like you need money to like have a jump start in life, well, this guy, he's been doing this for years. So he's been helping out people in that community to get funded up to $100,000 so you can start a business or fund your career or whatever it is. And it's really a great opportunity. And he's been doing this for years. So I partnered up with him to get like my followers that, cause I have so many people that are like, yo, Artlanta, we need help. Like teach us how to make money, do this. So like, that's why I joined the $1 Billion Circle. So I can get people inside this community where they're around all these people that want to make money and hustle and so they don't have to work their 9 to 5 all day long. So that's what this whole $1 Billion Circle is.
So he helps them, or you guys help them get a loan.
Yes, exactly.
Because a lot of people are not financially educated.
Yeah, exactly. And then he fixes their credit. So save your credit is terrible. He fixes, once you join the community, he fixes your credit in 7 days.
Oh, wow.
7 days, fixes your credit. Then he gets you applied for the loan. Takes about 30 days for the loan to get applied. Some people get approved for like 50,000, 60, 70, but you can get up to $100,000 loan. And then the monthly payments on the loan are so cheap, probably like $500 a month to pay back $100,000. So that $100,000 can make you that money to pay the loan off plus some. So it's like a jump start for people that don't understand how that works.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you just got into it because you know this guy. And you
Yeah, I
want
know
to
this
tell me.
guy, and I want to help out my community, my followers, on how to make money. And it's just something I just love to help people too.
How do you make money? Like, what's? I know you make art and everything, but
Mhm.
is that your primary income, or do you use?
No, that's not my pride. That's not my pride. I make the most money I make is from my art.
It is from the art.
Yeah, from the art.
Oh, so it is the primary.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the art. That's where I make the most money is from the art.
But when you say the art, you're talking about all of it: the music,
Yeah, the art, the painting the
cars.
cars, the collections I dropped. Like the other day, I just released was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I had the sneaker release and sold out all the sneakers in one night.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and like I do stuff like that. Drops. I'm coming out with my own collectible toy right now, stuff like that, and then like my Art Basel events as well. Like selling out 4,000 tickets, like doing that as well, and then just commissions from here to here. I charge 50,000 to paint a car, so it's like
You hustle.
yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's the artists have this thing like, starving artists. This is like a famous phrase that we use for artists because it's known not artists don't make money. You know, even a lot of children growing up, they're not encouraged to become artists because
Exactly. They think,
becoming a doctor, an engineer,
Yeah.
or you're more likely to make money. It's more safe.
it's more safe. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But when you don't go the safe route, you become more successful. So it's like when you're playing it too safe, you can't play it too safe because like you only get one life. Why not take that chance to become what you want to become? So it's like if it doesn't work out, you can always go back to go get a job. So it's like you might as well spend your days trying to achieve what you want to do in this life and become what you want to become.
And it also comes with the efforts that you put in, right?
Mhm.
You're also not just sitting there making art and chilling. You said you DM 100 people every day.
Exactly.
So you put in a
Put
lot
in the
of
work.
effort.
Yeah.
You put in the work.
You have to put in the work.
There's no luck.
There's no luck in this game.
Right.
It's all work and it's all you get what you deserve. If you're not working, you're not gonna say you want $1 million, but you're not working for it. You're not gonna get it because you don't deserve it because you didn't work for it. So you only get what you deserve. So if you're working so hard and putting in all this work, and you're gonna get what you deserve. And work is kind of a tricky word for it because like you can be a hard worker at being a construction worker. Like that's working hard, but they're not really getting paid that much. So it's like when I say work hard, it's like work towards something that is like your goal, like something that like your career, like you want to achieve being a musician, you want to be an artist, or you want to have this brand. You got to work towards that consistently every day consistently. It's not really like heavy lifting hard work. It's more like putting time into it type of work.
Do you think we can all do that? Or do you think, because, well, if we were all to do that, then what would happen to these kind of jobs? Who's going to do the construction work and who's going to do these type of work?
It is true, but I think that's why I believe Elon Musk is trying to come out with robots and stuff like that, is to take so they can have those jobs. But I mean, I don't know how it's going to work, but I believe that in a perfect world, that's what will happen. The robots will be doing all the hard work, the construction working, the taking people's orders, and humans are actually just living life, making money, living life, and enjoying life. I feel like that'll be a perfect world, but I don't know how that's going to work out.
Yeah. No, because it is all about creation, right? You're creating different things all the time. People had asked me before when I started this podcast, why are you starting this podcast? And I said, I don't know. I feel like creating something like that. And do I need a why? Like when you splash the cars,
like
like why are you splashing?
I don't need to explain to myself.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't need to explain it. Do you believe in God?
Of course, yes.
Okay. What is God to you?
God is my savior. Like everything. God is life for me because I grew up in the church. My mom is a pastor. I played drums in the church for 10 years. And yeah, God is my life. Like without God, I wouldn't be here. Like I give all my success to God and like changed my life because I grew up dirt poor. Like my parents came from Nigeria, like had no money. Like we always used to sleep in a studio apartment together, like no food in the fridge. I had to go to foster care because my mom couldn't afford to raise 8 kids by herself because I lost my dad when I was 5 years old. So my mom had to raise all the kids by herself. So they took some of us to foster care, and because she didn't have enough money. She had to work 2 jobs and like no car. We used to have to walk to the grocery store and carry the groceries back. And so I believe that it was God that did all this for me, because I would have never thought I would be in this position right now from what I came from. So it's like, I truly 100% believe that God is the reason for all my success and why I'm here today.
How old are you when you went to foster care?
Like 6, 5, 6 years old, 7, something like that.
You remember?
Yeah, I remember. I vividly remember that.
How was that for you?
Honestly, because I was such a kid. I didn't realize what was really going on. Like I thought like that was supposed to happen, because I didn't know like my brain wasn't fully developed yet. So I was like, they just take me to this random people's house, and I was just there, not thinking of anything really. Just I'm like, well, where's my mom and stuff? But I'm not thinking that I was in foster care. Like I didn't realize it until I got older. Like then they really took me to foster care. Like it was crazy.
How long did you stay with the new family?
You said stayed with my family or without?
With them. No, like you went to foster care as in like a new family.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And how long did you stay with them?
I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even remember. I just remember being there. I don't remember how long it was.
And you went back to your mom?
Yeah, I went back.
So like maybe a year, 2 years?
I don't think it was a whole year. Probably like 6, 8 months.
Okay.
And then my mom, she got 2 jobs. She started, and so they gave us back to her. And they used to call, even my neighbors used to call like CPS on my mom to like, oh, come get her kids, because like we used to be outside when she go to work. We used to go outside like as young kids, just running around the neighborhood and stuff. So like stuff like that, like it was just crazy. But that's why my mom, she's so spoiled now, because she's such a like. She raised me so well and cared for me so much. That's why she never has to work a day in her life, and she gets what she wants.
And how was it for the rest of your siblings?
It was the same, because one of my brothers had went to the army. My oldest brother had went to the army. Everybody had kind of had the same experience as me.
Are you guys close?
Yeah, we're all close.
When you went to foster care and you were separated from your mom, was it just you, or was there a bunch of your siblings who were also separated from your mom? Me
and 2 other siblings that were separated, because we were the younger ones, and the other ones were over 18 at the time. And I was like 7, and then my little brother, he was like 5, and then my older brother was like 10, and then everybody else was were like 17 or 18 and older. But it was us 3 that had to go to foster care.
Just the 3 young ones?
Yeah.
Did that whole experience shape you in any way, or traumatize you in any way?
It didn't traumatize me. I feel like it made me who I am today. Like just going through poverty just made me who I am. I feel like if I never went through that, I wouldn't be here. And that just made me so hungry to be successful that I achieved a certain amount of success today. You
would think that someone who's been through something like that will play it safe.
Yeah.
Because you've experienced poverty and you've experienced being separated by your mom. So you would think you would actually go for a job or a career that's actually super safe. So you don't have to go through that. But you stuck to your art and to who you are. And how is that?
Yeah, because I never had a job ever in my life. Even in high school, like I always used to be a hustler. I was selling shoes in high school. Like I would get the new Jordans, resell them, keep doing. I was just always a hustler. So I never had that mentality of, oh, I want to work for somebody else. I always wanted to be a boss, a CEO, like just running my own life. You know what I'm saying? Having my own will. I don't like when people tell me what to do. Like, oh, you have to do this at this time. Like, no, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? That's slavery. I'm not. Like, we're not slaves anymore. Like, and it's mental slavery as well too. When you keep yourself in that box, and like, that's not me. I want to be free, because your time is your most valuable asset. And if you give away your time, you're giving away your freedom. And it's not even about the money. Like if somebody said, all right, come work for me, I'll pay you $1 million a day to come work for me for 20 hours a day, I wouldn't do it.
For $20 million. Because that's $1 million a day.
Yeah, 20 hours a day for the rest of my life. If somebody said they'll give me $1 million a day for the rest of my life, but I had to work for them for 20 hours a day, I wouldn't do it. Because why would I go spend 20 hours and only have 4 hours of freedom just for money?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not about the money. It's about your time. It's about your health. It's about your relationships. Because if I said, oh, I would give you $1 trillion right now, but you would have to be sick for the rest of your life, would you take it?
No.
Exactly. So it's not about that. If I give you $1 trillion, but you had to lose your closest friend, you wouldn't take it. So it's like, you got to understand what's really important in life.
What's really important to you? What are your top 3 values?
My family, my relationship with God, my health, my time, and then the rest comes after it, like my career, my art, all that comes after all that. But those are the main things for me.
What is your typical day like? You wake up, what do you do?
What I've been doing recently, like, is like time management, trying to like manage my time more. Cause I never really liked that because I like to be so free and just be like, wake up and be like, I want to do this today. I want to do that. But recently I've been like trying to manage my time, be like, okay, this is how long I'm gonna do this is how long I'm gonna do that. Cause I feel like I'm more efficient when I do that. So like every day is a different schedule for me. So like, just like today, like I woke up, I just went to eat lunch and then I came here. And then later on, I'm gonna go do a photo shoot. And then probably later on tonight, I'm gonna just do some work on my phone or something. So like, just stuff like, it's always random though.
Do you party? Do you go clubbing? Do you...
Not oftenly. Only if I have to be there or somebody has a birthday or they want me there, they're paying me to come pull up to the club. I don't really like the club. I like to go to like private events and like stuff like that. But I like to have fun. I like to travel. I like to travel the world. That's my type of fun.
I've seen that you've been to Dubai recently, right?
Yeah.
Was it last year?
Yeah, I go to Dubai probably like 6 times a year. That place is amazing.
Is it for shows and work?
Yeah, for work. Yeah, I get booked out there all the time.
What's the best place you've traveled to?
Tokyo, for sure.
Tokyo?
Yeah.
Really?
Love that place. So peaceful. They're so nice, so clean, respectful. Like, it's the best place in the world to me. Like, that's why Kanye West lives out there now. Like, people are moving out there and people live longer out there because the food is better, it's healthy, it's clean, there's no crime, safe. Like, there's no murders. Like, it's just like a chill life to have. Stack up your money and just relax.
I had no idea Kanye moved to Tokyo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you loving Miami?
Yeah, I love Miami.
You staying here a while?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be here for a little bit.
I know you mentioned you've had failure after failure after failure.
Mm-hmm.
What was your biggest challenge? Mentally?
Mentally, my biggest challenge. My biggest challenge was letting go of people in my life that weren't for me because like I had a team, but they weren't doing anything for me. But we had such like a close, because I feel like we became so cool. Like they started to become my friends, you know what I'm saying? And then now they just stopped like kind of like helping me like with what they were supposed to do because we became friends. And I just had to be like, man, like this is not working, right? Like we're still cool, but like you guys can't be on the team no more because they got too comfortable. So that was probably the hardest challenge for me to like actually confront them because they were my friends, like to come up to them and be like, yo, like it's not working, guys. Like I don't see no improvement. Like there's nothing. You guys are just too comfortable just because we're like cool now and think like, oh, we don't have to really work on Artlanta like that anymore. So that was really the biggest challenge for me. But I still care about them as people. But like to be around me and to actually be on my team, like I had to let them go.
That takes a lot of courage to have that conversation. To first of all see that there needs to be an upgrade. Because every phase needs an upgrade, right? Like you can only create where you at. To create more, you need to upgrade yourself first.
Exactly.
And to demand that from people around you, they can either catch up or not.
Exactly.
How do they take it?
They knew it was coming because I would have like meetings and letting them know like, yo, like, all right, you guys need to pick up the slack. Like I don't see nothing, like nothing is really improving. Like I would just keep having those meetings, but like it wasn't like they weren't even listening. Like we're going through one ear, out the other. And then I finally had the last convo, like, yo, like I think this is it. Like I'm gonna have to get a new team. Like, cause I used to put them before me. Like I used to just help them out so much, and I had to tell them like, yo, I got to put myself first. And me putting myself first is me getting a new team and what's best for me. And I had to let them know that, and they understood. So yeah, that's what it was.
Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still your friends.
Yeah, we're still cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a challenging thing. I think relationships,
Mm-hmm.
dealing with people is probably the toughest thing we
Yeah,
have to do.
it is. That's why you can't really mix business and relationships. Like that is such a real thing.
Yeah.
Like business and being like, you can't be friends with the people you work with. Really.
It's hard. It's because it becomes an entourage around you.
Yeah.
Especially in like this kind of circles.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard not to mix. Does it ever feel lonely for you sometimes with now being more successful and
it's
more famous?
definitely lonely at the top.
Yeah, it is, huh?
But I'd rather be lonely at the top than crowded at the bottom and just just struggling. But as long as I have my family, it's not really that lonely. But like in the industry that I'm in, it's very lonely.
Really?
Yeah, because people just look at you like you're transactional. Like, yo, they just want something from you. What can we get out of each other? It's not just like, you know what I'm saying? It's lonely. It's like there's no real relationships in this industry.
How do you deal with that? The loneliness?
You just have to deal with it. It's just like it's not like I'm sitting around like, damn, I'm so lonely all day. Like, nah, like I'm just deal with it. Like I gotta do what I gotta do. I just keep creating, keep doing what I do, take care of my family, keep doing that. There's nothing I can really do about it. So I don't really dwell on it too much.
What's next for you?
So much. I'll tell you guys one thing. What's next? Right now, it's already in the works, but I'm building an art label. It's called Art Beast. So basically, I'm a gather a whole bunch of artists. It's never been done before. Gather a whole bunch of artists and sign them to the label. You know how music, they do that? Like they have music labels and they sign artists. Mm-hmm. So this hasn't been done before in art. I'm gonna gather a whole bunch of artists, sign them to my label, and then we're gonna be like a whole, like a real label, like an art label, and like just taking over the world, really. Putting them on, like pricing the work for what it needs to be priced at, selling them to huge, high clients that collect art and just giving them exposure, building their pages, like Instagram pages and their social media presence, doing photo shoots for them, getting stylists, dressing them down. It's going to be like a whole mob, it's going to be revolutionary. It's all of here. It's crazy. I can't really say too much because I don't want them to know. Somebody might steal my idea. But yeah, the art label is coming. It's here.
And so it sounds like the business side of art, right?
Yeah. That's why I believe I'm so successful at art, because I know the business of art. Because art is honestly 99% business and 1% art.
What does that mean?
That's why I can throw paint on cars. That's why I can literally paint a spoon and somebody will buy it. It's not about the art. It's about the artist. People are not buying my art. They're buying me. So I'm the brand. It's the same thing why LV, they can sell shoes for $2,000, but Nike sells shoes for $200. They're all shoes at the end of the day, right? But they're paying for that brand. They're paying for that name. They're not paying for the shoe. They're paying for the name. They're not paying for my art. They're paying for the name. So once you understand that, then you're out of here. And
that's a creation, because it's not even real.
Yeah.
It's what you're creating in someone else's mind.
Exactly. That's the real art.
Right.
The name, that's the real art. Just why some artists can sell paintings for trillions of dollars, but I know an artist that can sell a painting for like $10 million, but it's not like it's a perfect picture. I know painters that can paint way better than them, but they're only selling their paintings for hundreds of dollars. But they're selling theirs for millions. See, they're not buying the art. They're buying the artist. So once you understand that, you'll unlock the infinite wealth. It's crazy.
And when you say they're buying the artist, so who does this artist have to be to hold a piece like that?
You just have to figure out. It's about finding with art, you got to find yourself, like find your style. It got to be like a distinctive style. Like, oh, once you see a piece, oh, that's an Artlanta. That's an Alec Monopoly. That's a Basquiat. Oh, that's Andy Warhol. Like it gotta be have a distinctive look. It's the same with music. Like some artists, they have a distinctive sound. Like people, and then also it's more about feeling as well. It's not about how it looks, it's how it makes you feel. How does the art make you feel? That's why even when I listen to some music, like it's not even what they're saying, it's how does it make you feel? You know what I'm saying? Like some songs make you feel like you want to turn up. Some songs want to make you cry. They makes you happy. Like it's about how it makes you feel. People love to feel something because they're so empty inside. So they want to feel. Once you make somebody feel, then you can get them to buy anything. So that's why some artists are so great at being an artist, because they make people feel. Like there's some artists that I don't even know, even some music, I know you like some music that you don't understand the language, but you like the song because it makes you feel some type of way.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's about making somebody feel something. It's not about what you say. I can go on a song and say gibberish and people will like it because I made them feel some type of way on that song.
It's the energy.
Yeah. It's the energy. And that's why I can throw paint on cars, because I make people feel something. Like
that energy comes with you, right? When you said it's the artist behind the art, it's the energy that you carry.
Exactly.
Right? It's not even like you say, it's not about what you say, anything, like it's what they sensing around, what they feel. They want
energy.
some of that.
Exactly. That's it.
Yeah, that's something to be tapped into.
That's it.
It's not mental.
Yeah.
It's something you tap into.
That's the secret. Some people like to overthink stuff, and no, just do it. Just go with the flow, because we're already created to be who we are. So whatever I do is me. Whatever I do, that's why I just throw paint and it comes out how it's supposed to come out. You don't have to overthink. I think so freely. I'm so creatively free. I just do.
You're just the vessel of how it's all coming through.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Once you understand that flow, it's a flow.
How do you get into the flow?
Man, I'm just always in the flow. Like it's just like now, before, because I had to stop smoking, I had to stop all these things, I had to make so many sacrifices, cutting off so many things. And then I became so like clairvoyant and clear in my mind that I became in the flow, and then I never went out of that flow.
You stayed there.
Yeah, stayed in the flow.
Sometimes you get in the flow and then you get out of it.
Yeah, sometimes like artist block, you can have block, like just like you don't feel like creating. That's why you need to go do other things like travel, go see the world, go get new inspiration and get new flows. You know what I'm saying? There's a flow, but there's always different levels of flows, like new flows and new creativity. So that's what you just got to go experience life.
You expand.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you ever struggle with like anxiety or depression or low mood?
Never. The only way you can go through anxiety and depression is you don't know who you are. Once you know who you are, you will never have anxiety. You will never be depressed. If you're not doing what you got to do, then you'll be depressed. If you're not waking up every day, the first thing you do, make your bed, you go pray, then you might be depressed. But if you do that every single day, doing what you got to do every day, you're not going to see no depression. You're not going to have no anxiety, because you know you're in control of your day. Some people are not in control of their lives. That's why they get depressed. That's why they get anxiety. They don't know who they are and they're not in control.
I think the more you consume and the less you create, the more likely you are to be depressed.
Exactly.
But if you're too busy creating, less busy consuming, then you're in your own flow.
Exactly. You don't have time to be depressed. Right. You don't have time for anxiety because you're always creating and you're always doing what you got to do. That's it.
If you had to change one thing about you, what would it be?
Nothing.
I love that.
Nothing.
I knew you were going to say that. I still wanted to ask the question.
There's nothing I wouldn't. Even with my flaws, I still wouldn't change it because it made me who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this conversation with you. You're awesome. I'm so glad we were able to do this.
Yeah, it's me too.
Is there a question you would want me to ask? What would you ask yourself if you were sitting in my chair?
Damn, what would I ask myself? Where do I see myself in 5 years?
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I'm working on becoming because art is just, for me, like throwing paint and stuff is so temporary for me. So in the next 5 years, I want to have like my own buildings, like my own high rises that I designed and created. Like I want to be the number one like developer, like creating like crazy buildings like never seen before. How they did the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, like all that stuff. Like I want to do that stuff, like being the number one at doing that. Like that's gonna be like my art, the next level of art I do. Like designing buildings and coming up with the craziest designs, like having just like people know that's an Artlanta building, that's the Artlanta residence, that's the Artlanta Tower, the Artlanta Mall, or the Artlanta District. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of stuff. That's what I'm creating in my head right now for the next 5 years.
I love that.
Yeah.
And your shoe, you customize all your shoes.
Yeah. My clothes, like my pants, they have paint. My shoes, everything has paint on it.
Is it by design or is it you're painting and then?
That is by design. Well, I was painting and all this happened. So
okay.
It happened while I was painting. This happened while I was painting some models. This happened in Paris while I was painting some model on her jacket, and I was just throwing paint everywhere. So it just happened, but now it's a part of the clothes.
Do you have anybody that you look up to?
Yes.
Who?
Like artists, yeah, I look up to Basquiat's legacy. He's definitely one of the artists that made me start painting. You know Basquiat?
No.
One of the greatest black artists like to ever live. He passed away now, but his paintings go for $400 million.
Wow.
Yeah. Like the only black artist to really like make it out back then. And like he's the most famous black artist. Like, and that's what I look up to. When after this podcast, I'll show you his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'd
insane.
love to check it out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, of course.
Anything else you want to share?
Oh man, if you're watching this, just believe in yourself. Don't doubt anything that you want to do. I believe everything is possible in this life. If I can make it out, anybody can. If you're watching this, I want you to be motivated. I want you to be inspired. Don't look at it and be a hater like everybody else. Be inspired, be motivated. Wake up today and do something that you love, and check on your family and put God first always.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course, no problem.
Thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and I see you next time.
Peace.
Let's take a moment to reflect on the power of purpose. Sefamar, a leader in assembling vehicles in Morocco, builds more than machines. They create the essential vehicles that move us forward, connecting people, building cities, and enabling progress. Just as their trucks and buses carry people and materials, bringing to life a vision of growth and development, we too are vehicles, carriers of ideas, dreams, and deeper truths. At the Sarra Show, we embrace what it means to be human and to serve a purpose beyond ourselves. When we surrender to that purpose, we unlock our true potential. Sefamar's vehicles connect communities. We, in turn, connect hearts and minds. Thank you for joining us in this shared journey of creation and connection. Together, we are all vehicles for something greater.